Ryan Reynolds keeps coming up in the entire Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively situation. Obviously, he's married to Blake Lively. He's going to be involved in some capacity, but fans are not happy with this capacity. They're not happy with what they are hearing about Ryan's involvement in the movie It Ends With Us and just how he was with Justin Baldoni. There's all these rumors swirling around Ryan now. He's just found himself so deep in this mess along with Blake, and we are going to get into everything being said right now. But before we get into anything today, I want to say I have a little confession. I've been spending a little too much time on the farm lately, and no, I'm not talking about a real farm. I'm talking about my farm on Heyday, which Heyday is the sponsor of today's video, so thank you to Heyday for sponsoring today's video. Heyday is a farming life simulator where you can grow your farming utopia. You guys, this game has me in a chokehold. You know I love me a game. I'm out here harvesting, I'm baking pies, acting like I'm on the Great British Bake Off or something. There's always fun tasks to complete, and I love just playing this game when I'm either in bed or I'm chilling on the couch. It really just takes me out of whatever stressful situation I've got going on, and I can just escape into my little farm life. But honestly, it's fun, it's not stressful, it's not overly complicated, which I'm always looking for in a game. You can trade goods with neighbors, build your dream farm, and even flex on your friends with your cute little setup. Like, look at my cows, you guys, they are thriving. And the best part about this game is it is free. Love me a free game. So if you want to join me in living your best farm life, click the link at the top of my description or just click this QR code that is on the screen. It gets even better because Heyday is giving away a reward pack worth $15.99, which includes 16 exclusive decorations to help you personalize your farm. These are my three favorites. I wanted this cute little picnic setup here in the corner and these little plants, and then I put these little funky little balloons, and the way the chickie looks just like sends me. But basically, to claim it all you need to do is click the link at the top of my description or scan the QR code on the screen to download the game. Once you've downloaded it, click or scan again to unlock the reward pack. It'll pop right up in the game, but hurry, the reward pack is only available until February 15th. So don't miss out. Download Heyday today for free on iOS and Android. Once again, the link is in the description. It will be the pinned comment, and you guys can also scan the QR code that is on the screen. Ryan Reynolds' reputation is definitely taking a hit online right now, and honestly, it's kind of wild to see how fast the internet can turn on someone who was once universally adored. If you haven't been keeping up, Ryan has been getting dragged into the ongoing drama surrounding It Ends With Us. And honestly, the drama with this movie didn't even start with the whole cast unfollowing Justin Baldoni and speculating on what happened between him and Blake Lively. The film adaptation has been in shambles ever since it was announced, with fans criticizing everything from the casting choices of Blake Lively, as fans just felt like she was not the image of Lily that they had in their head. And maybe she felt like she had something to prove, and it's why she wanted so much to do with this movie, but who knows at this point. But now Ryan Reynolds is getting dragged into the mess. Why? Well, because he's married to Blake Lively, and it's coming out more and more just how involved he wanted to be in backing Blake in this film. And of course, if your wife is saying she's uncomfortable on the set of the movie that she's working on, he should be speaking up for her. But as more information has continued to come out about what happened on the set of this film, fans have been kind of left wondering if Ryan should have gotten involved or if he overstepped or what the heck was going on here. And the thing about Ryan Reynolds is that he's always been one of those celebrities who seemed untouchable. Like, he has this super likable, witty, self-deprecating brand that made people think that he was just a chill guy who stays out of drama. Even Blake Lively, honestly, I mean, yes, there were times where people said she didn't get along with the cast of Gossip Girl, but other things that she did had people really loving her and washing away bad conversations. Like, people would wait for her outfits at the Met Gala. The extraordinary looks that she had put together in the past have had people looking forward to her attendance every single year. But now there is a very different view of her and Ryan. As we already know, as far as the It Ends With Us involvement, according to Justin Baldoni and his lawsuit against Blake, Ryan and their publicist Leslie Sloan, he described that at a meeting at Blake and Ryan's home, Ryan allegedly aggressively berated Justin and accused him of fat shaming Blake. Justin also insinuated that Blake used Ryan and Taylor Swift to try and pressure Justin into using her version of the rooftop scene script. And now people are obviously digging for any more information they can find about this entire drama, and a story from October has now been dug up where it was reported that Ryan allegedly wanted to buy the rights of It Ends With Us from Justin, which, let's take this with a grain of salt, but what was reported was, according to a source speaking to Life and Style, Reynolds is ready and prepared to put his money where his mouth is when it comes to securing Lively's It Ends With Us future. The source said Ryan is willing to offer millions to Blake's director and co-star Justin Baldoni in an attempt to buy out his stake in the franchise so Blake can continue her role without having to work with Baldoni, with whom she clashed. This is coming after rumors surfaced that Lively and Baldoni clashed on the set of the movie. Apart from this, the film also suffered at the hands of critics and fans, despite bringing in a box office figure of $335 million. Now, even though I'm not sure if it's entirely true, I certainly wouldn't be surprised if Ryan was trying to make such a deal happen with Justin, because of the fact that there's no freaking way Justin is about to make this sequel with Blake, given everything that's gone down. They shouldn't even be making the sequel at all at this point, but at the time this article was written, it may still have been in the conversation of possibilities. And if you remember, at the premiere, they asked Justin about the second movie, and he answered and said that he thought Blake was ready to direct the next movie.
We do have It Starts With Us, so I'm hoping to see you back in the double duty role.
I think there are better people for that one.
Justin.
I think Blake Lively's ready to direct. That's what I think.
Colleen was later asked that same night about Justin saying this and her feelings towards Blake directing the next movie.
Justin said he doesn't know if he'd be game to direct the next one, but perhaps Blake would. Is that something that you would entertain?
Oh, absolutely. I think that whoever decides to take charge of the next one would do it justice. But, you know, it's a lot of people to get the same schedules together again, so we'll see.
And given the fact that Colleen has stood by Blake in all of this, it's not surprising that she would have supported this back at the premiere. The idea of Blake doing the next movie without Justin. If they even made a movie for the next book in the series, it would literally just have to be them focusing on Lily and her love story with Atlas, because there's just no way that, you know, in any capacity, Justin Baldoni could be on this set, even if, you know, he did nothing wrong in this whole drama. There is just no way that him and Blake could possibly work on the same movie in any way. Even if they were not on set, I just don't think that it could happen. Like, they're not gonna do press, nothing. It's gonna be a whole big PR nightmare is what it would be if they did this next movie. And fans don't even seem to want the movie anymore. They don't want this second movie at all. They're saying to just call the whole thing off because it's such a mess, and who knows if, you know, Ryan even got the rights from Justin, if it would even be a good move to go forward with things. Like, I think Blake and Ryan just need to lay low and not even think about making this movie if they want this whole situation to kind of simmer down from the headlines. Because if they did make the movie, and even if Justin wasn't involved at all, wasn't in the movie and nothing, you know that this whole situation would be brought back up again in the headlines. So if they want it all to kind of simply go away and for people to start forgetting about it, they need to just leave this movie be. But truly, every day it is something new here, and I'm making a separate video breaking this all down. But over the weekend, Justin Baldoni released a website of screenshots detailing more from the whole timeline of events here, as well as an amended complaint. I'll detail everything in more detail about that, but in regards to Ryan Reynolds, it was said that when Blake took over the film, Ryan was very involved in the promotional process. Justin wrote in his timeline of events, on July 2nd, 2024, on a Zoom video conference between Wayfair and Sony Marketing, Wayfair learned that Sony had been dealing with extensive notes and revisions to the marketing plan as a result of the content shoot, because Sony ended up hiring Reynolds' company, Max Effort, to produce the promotional content for the film. The cost for the shoot significantly increased due to their fee being higher than what Sony had originally budgeted. Notably, this charge was despite Lively's claim in a January 2023 text to Baldoni that Max Effort would work free for the family, as shown below. Despite ultimately approving this, Wayfair was told that Sony was not allowed direct access to the footage, which they had paid for. This shoot included the cast baking cookies, floral arrangements, ironing patches on jeans, and other quirky ideas that completely missed the point of the movie, skirting the issue of DV entirely to the detriment of all those involved. As noted in the email, Sony did not have much opportunity to be involved in the shoot. Text attached from Blake to Justin at the beginning of all of this when Ryan Reynolds' company was going to come on board to help make the promotional content. She said, "Max Effort is on board to help as much or as little as you want. Let me know. We have a great group over there who can help supplement and do the work that Sony won't, so we can just hand it to them between our collective resources." He said, "Haha, my kids are in the Jinx phase right now. I'm going to push to hire Max Effort." She said, "But all is led by me, Ryan, and so we'll make sure to weed out any lame ideas. They don't need to hire." Justin says, "Part of why I didn't want to die on this hill." And she says, "It's me and Ryan and blank, and we work for free for the family. It's mafia style on this." He also attached the email that he got as well that said, "The creative team has been dealing with extensive revisions based on the feedback from Blake. Ryan's agency, Max Effort, is producing content, some of which will roll out on his handle. There was a shoot with 3 creators and the rest of the cast. Sony did not have much opportunity to be involved." So here we are seeing Ryan Reynolds directly involved in promoting this movie, as they were hired by Wayfair and Sony to produce promotional content for the film, and that ended up being one of the biggest things that people were upset by in regards to this movie, was the way that it was promoted. And here we are finding out that Ryan Reynolds had a hand in creating that content. Just another thing that people are not happy to hear in regards to Ryan Reynolds in this whole situation. And now reports are even talking about Taylor Swift not being too happy about her name getting thrown into this drama. And I don't know if it is necessarily true given how close Blake and Taylor are. I don't think that her team would be speaking to the press like this, but Daily Mail reported this week, Taylor Swift is taking a step back from her friendship with Blake Lively after feeling like she was used as an intimidation tactic by the actress in a lawsuit she never wanted to be embroiled in. Now, Taylor was mentioned in Justin's lawsuit when talking about the messages Blake sent to Justin when discussing her rewriting the rooftop scene of the movie. Apparently, Justin felt like when he was over at Blake and Ryan's home to discuss this scene and Blake rewriting it, Taylor Swift ended up coming over to Ryan and Blake's, and Taylor and Ryan were complimenting Blake's work in an attempt, Justin believes, to pressure him to go with her version of the script. In his complaint, it said, "The draft of the rooftop scene that Lively sent Baldoni dramatically differed from what had been written originally. Baldoni was hesitant about many of the changes, but thanked Lively for her passion and diplomatically told her that the scene would likely end up being somewhere between the original version and Lively's version." Seemingly stung by Baldoni's exceedingly mild resistance, Lively did not respond and went silent for multiple days. Later, she confirmed in a text message below that Baldoni's response, "Of course, it didn't feel great for me, or another mega celebrity friend and Ryan Reynolds, to have my passion praised instead of my specific contribution." Lively was referring to an earlier meeting where Lively summoned Baldoni to her New York penthouse, where Baldoni was greeted by Ryan Reynolds, who launched into enthusiastic praise for Lively's version of the scene. Hours later, as the meeting was ending, a famous and famously close friend of Reynolds and Lively walked into the room and similarly began praising Lively's script. Baldoni understood the subtext. He needed to comply with Lively's direction for the script. In texts, we learn that the mega celebrity friend was Taylor, as Justin texted Blake after and said, "Great. Also was working on rooftop scene today. I really love what you did. It really does help a lot. Makes it so much more fun and interesting. And I would have felt that way without Ryan and Taylor. You really are a talent across the board. Really excited and grateful to do this together." Blake later responded, making a Game of Thrones reference to her and having these very famous people as close allies, saying, "If you ever get around to watching Game of Thrones, you'll appreciate that I'm Khaleesi, and like her, I happen to have a few dragons, for better or worse, but usually for better, because my dragons also protect those I fight for. So really, we all benefit from those gorgeous monsters of mine. You will too, I can promise you." Daily Mail this week, when talking about Taylor's reaction to this, wrote, "The uncool and unnecessary description was reportedly the final straw for Swift, who had never planned to be at the meeting, but arrived at Lively's New York penthouse to find it was still ongoing. For the time being, she is taking a step back from Blake because she doesn't want to get tangled in this more than she already has, which is far more than she ever needed to be," an insider told DailyMail.com. Taylor shouldn't even be involved in this at all. She was only going over to visit Blake and Ryan with the understanding that the meeting would be over. A second source said Taylor has politely backed away from it all. She is conscious of her own image and hates that she was even mentioned. On the topic of Taylor though, there is a possibility that she shuts these friendship drama rumors right down, as next week is the Super Bowl and she's set to most likely attend as the Chiefs are playing, and she's obviously dating Travis Kelce. And last year, Blake Lively did attend alongside Taylor to the game. And honestly, it was a lot of positive press for everybody that went with Taylor because everyone was eyes on her box. They were wanting her reactions. And so a lot of her friends got positive press as well. And so it is possible that Blake might just go again, and maybe it will be her attempt of getting some good press after all of this recent drama. The Sun reported this past week that Blake would be in attendance, writing, "The Cruel Summer star wants Lively, who was at last year's Super Bowl in Las Vegas with the singer and is a close friend, and husband Reynolds, Ice Spice, Sabrina Carpenter, Selena Gomez, and Benny Blanco, to be by her side in what promises to be an emotional night in NOLA." So we will just have to see what happens, but I want to know what you guys think about all of this, from Ryan Reynolds allegedly wanting to buy the rights to It Ends With Us, to him even being mentioned in this mess, to Taylor and Blake and what reports are saying. Do you think she'll use the Super Bowl as a positive way to get some press after all of the legal battle headlines? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Now, before I end the video, I want to say once again, thank you to Heyday for sponsoring today's video. Once again, you guys can click the link in the description to download it today, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.